10. Alright. Let's do the Buccaneers and the Dolphins.
Now we're about 5 miles northwest of downtown Tampa and beautiful Raymond James Stadium near Florida's Gulf Coast. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And it'll be taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down.
That's intercepted.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards it. That little arc on it,
He can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Akeem Spence continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up first and 10 at the 20. Now the first carry here for Philip Moore. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Dolphins in possession of the football. They've got a second down and 8 to start things out. On the handoff, it's Gore. And they see right through that defensively. As he'll be taken down to the backfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And that'll make it third down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. And it didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
And he'll avoid the tackle there with a slide. It's a gain of 5. And that's going to make it fourth down. On fourth down, Matt Hawk to run it away. Adam Humphries deep to return. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard. So he comes out of nowhere. He's got this handlebar mustache, greasy hair. And he says, would you rather eat a jar of mayonnaise or 3 sticks of butter? And I look, all right, never mind. Third quarter action now. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going to
Gore hit. He lost the football. And the Buccaneers have it.
The psychology of the game never ceases to amaze me because you would think there would never be a fumble from review from coaches all the time.
Try again from the 25 on second and 10. Third and long, it's Tannehill. They're able to locate Wilson.
This is going to
He's going to go.
score.
Wilson. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Albert Wilson, 79 yards. And the Dolphins are in for 6. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase, or make you get a lift if they get deflated a little bit.
He's going to be stopped here with a penalty marker on the field. I'm not sure what this is about.
Personal foul, face mask, defense.
Charles, did I just hear that right? They declined the personal foul. 3 yards, they just declined them.
And I have to think that the official is thinking to himself, did I just hear that correctly? That you declined that one? All I can think of is someone on the field got confused, because they had to, because you're going to take the yards on that penalty each and every time.
Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the fourth quarter.
9, 8, 9.
Back to throw. This is taken as one-handed. What a catch. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. Again, 32 that time.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
And they'll run it here. Solid running on the carry. Still run down just inside the 40. The defensive end, Cameron Wake, brings him down. They still got 2 timeouts. Got to start using them, don't they?
You absolutely have to. You save them for this situation, but you have to use them.
And on the ground they go with a running back. Takes this to the 30, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallies after that broken tackle. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Let's call the timeout.
And now with 4 seconds left, we get a timeout call.
And there we saw one of the downsides of during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
I'm telling you.
On 3rd down, that's Barnett. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the
Good job.
7. Well, Charles,
Good job, we did it.
But they couldn't get that last play, that
We
last
did.
miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They
Good
definitely
job.
had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
Good job. Let's do highlight. Nine.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long from Tampa.
So long from Tampa. Alright, let's try it. Number 2. Oh, this one. These the Ravens and the Chiefs.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach. Coach, thanks. CA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Inner Harbor at M&T Bank Stadium here in Baltimore, Maryland. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Kansas City Chiefs and the Baltimore Ravens. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Winner takes the gift from Mahomes. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
On second down, here's Mahomes. And this one caught by Travis Kelce. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a
Wow.
touchdown.
What a
I mean,
tackle
defensively,
by
you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rally to him quickly.
And that's what you count on. And I like what you just said.
Hand.
First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tell them.
Back now with Charles Davis. Operating
Brennan
guard
Gunn.
as the Chiefs in possession of the football as we begin the second quarter. And they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down.
We're calling the timeout.
And before the second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half.
Here we go now. Green's on the line. Green's on the line.
Mahomes to throw on second down. It's complete to Chris Conley. The 20.
God damn it.
All the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Chiefs.
Chris Conley, 56 yards. And the Chiefs are in for 6.
And that touchdown gives them a touchdown lead before they attempt the extra point. What a great way to end the half.
And a great job to put themselves in front. And now, see on the sideline, special teams defense scrambling, saying we want to preserve this for the final moments of this second quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Jackson on first down. Position, and he close it in. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. And that one results in 35 yards.
That's a big time pitching catch right there, partner. I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
And a solid run down inside the 30. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Chiefs on. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. Oh, and now he bowls him over.
Damn.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess that in the locker room, they talked about cleaning up some of the errors. But overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need.
And it's caught inside the 30. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. A big play that time for the Ravens. And even 50 yards. They've been struggling in the passing game. Do you like the aggressiveness there? I mean, it worked on that play, but do you like it?
I do, because a lot of the time you're struggling because your passing lanes are clogged. That usually happens when you're throwing the ball underneath. People start to press up on you. Push them deep. Find some space and open things up again. Being aggressive there, I think, will pay off for them.
Back now in Baltimore. It's the Ravens with possession of the football, but trailing on the big board as we get set for the fourth. They go again with Collins, and he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They get 5 out of 10, and it moves the chains.
Flashy plays, as people like to call them, that attracts a lot of attention. But let's face it, when you're efficient, that can control a ball game. I love the game plan they got going right now.
Back-to-back 5-yard gains. Didn't force the ball downfield, picked it up on the ground.
The offensive line, they're getting it done.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
I'm a little surprised right here. They've got 3 timeouts left. The clock's running down, and they aren't using them. Those timeouts do you no good at all. Use them now.
A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there, so they get half of what they needed. It'll be 3rd and 6 upcoming.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid game. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Get out of here! Good job! You did it!
Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't
Good job.
get in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap takes
Good job.
that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that or flip it over. Making
Good
a
job.
stand in that portion of the field. Congratulations to them.
Let's do highlight. I got the first down. Go Chiefs. Go, go.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm
That's a
Brandon
wrap.
Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com.
Get out of here.
From Baltimore, so long, everybody.
So long. Alright. That's it. Will. Watching the video. And I'll just watch it. And I'll just watch. And I'll just watch. Yo, it's gonna kill me dead. You know what? Let's do the Raiders and the Bills. Kill me dead. You know what? You know what? You know what? Kill me dead. You will. Dad, you don't care. Kill me dead. Kill me dead. You know what? Kill me. And I'll just watch TV. And I'll just watch it.
Hello again, everybody. It is the...
You know what?
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Buffalo Bills and the Oakland Raiders. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here's the first carry from LaShawn McCoy. And this defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
That was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just so quick. And what a terrific play. Holding him again.
And they worked this well upfield and crossed the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
All right, I got to be careful here. All right, he's on the plus side of 30. There may be a little gray in the beard, but that's not slowing down his speed as far as he's concerned.
He's saying I'm on the plus side of 30.
All I know is that run right there.
With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Second quarter about to get underway with the Bills in possession. And they're on the move here. They've got it first and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. Now he'll open underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Second and 5 after the 5-yard completion on first down. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Left side here. Caught by Clay. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now at 32, they're going to control with Allen. Man on the right side, it's the tight end Clay. And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a first down. What a methodical drive this is turning out to be. That time 9 yards, and the sticks move again. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran, but it doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right? That's true. When you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence and allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road.
Hand up a man that time, man. They put a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under instead he fired it. Absolutely. He's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Now whistles and the Raiders are going to signal for a timeout. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. On third down, here's McCoy. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. Losing 4 yards that time, and now it's fourth down. Field goal forthcoming for Stephen Hauschka from the right hash. This from 48. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now on the scoreboard. An abbreviated halftime show as we get rolling in quarter 3. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And it will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. There are 0 points on the scoreboard for either side. It'll be interesting to see what adjustments were made. The defense has obviously been great.
So if you like defense, this is a classic game. This is what you're looking for. But now you're trying to figure out how to gain any type of advantage.
He's got it complete. And all the way down to the 37. A big play there. Carter Nelson, 46 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that and have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock the defense off balance, that'll drive the team towards a victory.
And now the Bengals are going to stop it as they call a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. And a strange one here, a little befuddled. They're sending out the field goal unit now. And he pushed it short distance, wide right, it's no good. And still nothing on the scoreboard. It remains a scoreless tie. Mr. Davis, you're a football lifer, my friend. You call games at the highest level. You know head coaches inside and out. Please explain that one to me. Speechless. They're trying to get the running game going with McCoy. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going.
And now in the East Bay, as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. Now Allen. Man open, that's Robert Foster complete. Now whistles, and the Raiders are going to signal for timeout as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. They'll try and run for the score. And he's going to lose yards. They take it down at the 26. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Harris now to return. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Raider drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. And am I seeing this correctly? They brought out the field goal team here on 1st down. This to take the lead here in the final minute. Well, he does have a good leg. I'll give him that. But not that good.
Not by a long shot.
A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. Now McCoy. And he will maneuver his way down about the 7. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. As the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal. Just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command and make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Got to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And that is, I think he caught it. He did, but they'll say out of bounds. It'll be incomplete.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to take the lead here in the final minute.
So you know what?
And Hushka's kick is good. And the sideline celebrates as they have taken the lead in the final minute. Well, it took a while to get something anything on the scoreboard, but we finally have our first points of the contest.
So the question now becomes, can they make this one stand up? And the way that these defenses are played, those 3 points almost look like 30, don't they?
Yeah, those 3 points look like a miracle right now. And now Oakland ready to take the field. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position. And the second one, get in the field goal range. Or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary. But you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done.
Looks like the hand off.
And he'll take this for a short gain on what will prove to be
Good
the
job.
final
We
play
did it.
of this ball game. Well, going into to the final play of this game. They knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still. You're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
It all just watch TV, so you know what. Let's do the highlight. I got the first down. I got the first down.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Oakland, we sign off. So long, everybody.
So long, everybody. We sign off. Let's try number 3. Number 3. Let's do the Redskins and the Falcons.
Standing, look in the mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty, don't even know where the waist at. All these words in the room, how could you waste that? Huh? Why would you chase that? It's a never-ending run on this racetrack.
No, yo.
No matter what, I'm a
What
straight
movie?
black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack.
What movie?
Need more jewelry. What I tell myself as I write my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this
It's all
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap is what should be a pretty good matchup between the Washington Redskins and the Atlanta Falcons. With that, let's get up to Atlanta. We're standing by at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Our broadcast team, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, we are pleased as always to be bringing coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Washington Redskins and the Atlanta Falcons. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Control's dead.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Past the 20. And he's a long ways into Washington territory before hitting the turf.
I got the first down.
Play of the game. And even 60 yards.
So let's go ahead and add to the difficulties of guys trying to cover receivers. They got to deal with speed, shiftiness, all that stuff. But how about when they have height and length and deep downfield? You throw the ball up in the air, that's how they uncover at the end of a route by being able to go up over the top and make a big catch.
And he's
Make a
able to
big
get
catch.
inside the 10 now to the
Said it.
9. A solid
I'm
run
saying
on
it?
first down.
No.
Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Pretty effective run there, and now they can start to smell that end zone.
Pound the rock. Make sure you use your O-line to see the time.
Alongside Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin, it's the Falcons in possession to begin quarter number 2. They're looking at a second
God
short
damn it.
yardage to start things out. So that's what you almost never see at this level. A wobbler from very short range, and it winds up no good.
All right, Brandon, if he slipped or someone got a hand on it, then I can understand it, but it's almost like you heard a whistle or something to stop this swing. A very strange result, especially.
Only lose what? I'll lose what?
Sack down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator, I see an all-out rush rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. Play it over the screen soon.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. So plenty of action on the field, but no act. We now proceed to the start of the second half.
You're so crowded.
After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
Show me around it.
Setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half.
And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Near the 35. And they are going to set up at the 32-yard line.
Show me.
First possession of the third quarter, interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
And now they're trying to run it to set. That's the equivalent of running
I'm getting back to the road there. Yeah.
pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
That happened.
What's your room there?
Stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Smith and the Redskins will come up now 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. They try to fire up the run game. Peterson. And Peterson, what happened? He lost the football.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people on base and scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home, the next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. On second down, Peterson. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up over about the 41. And now a timeout defensively by the Falcons. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
TV. All these watch TVs. Listen here.
Throwing on 3rd down, Smith.
Send this foot off your ass.
He finds his target. It's Crowder. Touchdown, Washington. Jamison Crowder, 59 yards. And the Redskins are able to strike for 6. Extra point good by Hopkins. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions, and I'd hear 9 from the receivers. That meant fly route, go, look out.
Oh, look out.
And he just kept
It's quarter time.
end zone for the touchdown.
It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Atlanta now coming out on the field. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they'll work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go for this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
They have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. They'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. It got his man complete.
Yeah!
Way down to the 35. A big time play
A
there.
big play there.
44
Wow,
yards.
what a first down.
Charles, just a gigantic
Wow.
play right there.
Absolute breakdown
Absolute.
defensively, but take no credit away. A huge game, and that turns things around.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. Steps short of the 25, but that second effort got him a couple extra. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. On second down, Freeman. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Good job.
Well, Charles, they were close in the end, but they couldn't get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance, but couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had hope. They definitely had opportunity. Just unable to cash in at the end. Not an easy play by any stretch, but they definitely had a chance.
Let's do highlight. Good night. And the third. Go the touchdown, Redskins.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaunt. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everybody.
Hold on. Alright, let's try it. Number 5. Let's do the Vikings and the
Look in the
Colts.
mirror, how could you face that? Mask on, don't even know where my face at. Plenty don't even know where waist at. All these how could you waste that?
Come here.
It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. No matter what, I'ma stay black. It's a never-ending run on this racetrack. Need more jewelry. What I tell myself is a way my eulogy. Ask the mirror, how you put up with this foolery? In reply, how you put up with this song of man, soulless buffoonery. Song of man, what it do to
Where is it?
was a nightmare. He was dancing with the devil for a fight.
This is Madden 19. I'm the coach. You're locked into the NFL on E.
And we find ourselves at the stadium that played host to Super Bowl 52, the Wonders U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Indianapolis Colts and the Minnesota Vikings. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. On first down, it's locked. Throw left side is complete to Rodgers.
Hey,
And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation,
I don't
the defense was effective. They were stopping before he could get his field goal.
His first catch, good for 8 and a first down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Back with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt. The Colts in possession of the football to begin quarter number 2. And they've got it here with a first down. From the gun, here's Ryan. Ryan over the middle like Ryan. Now on everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes it 2nd and 9. Throwing it in is Lott. He'll go out of bounds. It looks like right at the 40. Call it a gain of 3. And just like that, it's third down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch it over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. He went backwards 5 yards there on third down to break up Ford. Here's Sherrills. Great coverage there, holds him to a 2-yard return following a 50-yard punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
Before halftime, yes. Alright.
Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Final play of the half. Cousins. He's going to take a shot right away. He's got it in. Complete. So plenty of action on the field, but no action right now. And just like that, on we head to half number 2. So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out now come the Vikings. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things.
This is taken in. It's complete. Cousins finding Gibbs on a big one, and even 40 yards.
That's an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big time completion. Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 45. Here's Love.
Looks.
Over the middle, complete.
Middle.
And nothing but green grass
Damn.
here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Get the
Ryan Grant, 55 yards. And the Colts are in for 6. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts. All right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase it.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. Shrugs him off.
Damn!
Pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Tell me.
On 1st and 10, Cousins going for the deep ball. Nearly picked off there. Would have been a great time for their first down. Instead, it's 2nd down.
It looked like something they had discussed all
Why
week
did
in
you
practice, getting ready for this one.
Why did you hear that? Yes, I
You
remember.
open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have back on their heels.
On 2nd down, Cook. And he'll take it ahead.
It's
to the
corner.
7-yard line. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they
Why
get some
did you-
points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. He's back to throw. Now a desperation throw. And got his man complete. And he'll be taken down.
Tack him down.
He gets deep into Indianapolis territory. A big play there. Cousins
Big
to
play
Philly.
there.
54.
40
This is
offense.
obviously a spot where where you lean on your stars. Get the ball to them in open space and let them do what they do.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. First down, here's the run with Cook. He can't do it. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there, it'll be second down.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the first one was with the tackle.
And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left.
And
They run it again with Cook. Cook for the first down and much more. And he's in for the touchdown with the clock reading triple zeros. And the extra point, if they hit it, will send this thing to overtime.
Well, there's no doubt they just seized the momentum with that one. They can go ahead and kick the extra point here.
good job. He did it.
On into overtime.
So a very interesting final chapter to this proverbial book here in this one, because they were in field goal range, could have won it with a field goal, elect to go for the touchdown. I still
Good
think
job.
what they were doing.
As great as this game was, and as dramatic an ending as we had, the post-game press conference is going to be key. Because they're going to be asking Coach, why not a field goal attempt there? You got an opportunity to win it right there with your guy, and instead you run another play.
Yeah, we might need to stop by that press conference. On
Let's do highlight.
Just slow down the plane for us, all right? We got to get an answer before we go.
I'm going first down. Cops.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. From Minneapolis, so long, everybody.
Oh, long. Huh. Let's try number 6. Oh! Laugh at you. Let's do the Browns. Browns and the Giants. I'm running the school. Dude. Get the tissue.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the Coach.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the New York Giants and the Cleveland Browns. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now a first carry for Jonathan Stewart. And that one blown up quickly, as he's going to be stopped before it can even get started. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Anytime we call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this this case, and that play got bottled up.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. And incomplete here, so a little razzle-dazzle on that one, but they couldn't hook up, and it's third down. Throwing is Manning on third down. He finds Beckham complete. Manning able to find OBJ.
Ah, what a
Giants
first down.
down.
Nice tackling by the office.
Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. And
Yes,
they've got it
begin
here
quarter number
with
2.
touchdown. Manning. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. TJ Carey right there in coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down? The offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball,
You got the
20
ball,
yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They try to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that
This is
one,
game.
bring up second down.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
I know the scouting report on it is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline of being a lead linebacker. What that means is this is going to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, Manning.
Yes!
It's intercepted. Picked up by the Michigan man, Jabril Peppers. And a potential turning point as he'll get the football in very good field position late in this first half.
Okay. Have fun with it. What is this?
On first down, they'll run the jump. The second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down. So plenty of action on the field, but no action, right? You want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. After a rare scoreless first half, these teams now just looking for something as the second half gets underway. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. And the Browns getting set to go. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've got a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch.
Come on, dude.
These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Gotta get that pass.
Well, they take a shot to start the
What in the
drive, but
world?
this is going to wind up incomplete.
I
After the
have
incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20.
What in the world?
A second down throw for Mayfield. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about.
That's interference. Defense.
Here you go, sir.
For this home crowd, they're happy with that call.
I like the way you said happy there, right?
You
The so-called good guys didn't get a call. They thought it's been that way all afternoon. You feeling their pain?
They finally got one.
Yes, they did.
A scary incompletion, almost picked off. It would have been their first INT of the game. Instead, second down.
But see, these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
He's going to launch. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. And give him a gain of 37.
No.
And
How
I
you
don't
doing?
quite know what's happening here. It's a first down, but the field goal team is out on the field. And he tugged this one badly. It's no good. Wide left. And still nothing on the scoreboard. It remains a scoreless tie. Manning and the Giants come up now first and 10 at their own 21. They go back to the air here to the INT on the last drive. Looking sideline, incomplete. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Heading again here on 2nd and 10. Caught left side, it's Beckham. The 40. He's at the 30. 10. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Odell Beckham. 79 yards. And the Giants are in for 6. It's up, it's good, and the Giants have a 7-0 lead. For the fourth quarter, Rosas now to kick this one away. It's fielded in the end zone. And now running right through it. They'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they have to feel like they missed on an opportunity for points last time when they couldn't connect on that short field goal try.
No doubt about it, because they were counting on those points. In today's NFL, listen, that's really a chip shot, right?
That's anything inside 40.
Yeah, they're counting on that going to.
He's got a man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
Can't there's 3 timeouts left, right?
Think you got to use one here, don't
No
you?
doubt about it. I'd use one right here.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll run it now. There we go. Forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And again, it's Chubb. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. That'll move the sticks for the Browns. A gain of 12.
Good job, you did it.
Get that last play, that last little miracle play done. They were within striking distance.
Joe, go
but
sleep.
couldn't find a way to score.
They definitely had
Go sleep.
definitely had opportunity.
Oh, sharks.
Just unable to cash.
I'm the Browns.
Not an easy play by any stretch.
That's mommy's
but they
giant.
definitely had a chance.
Let's try it. Number 7. Number 7. 7. Let's do highlight. Stop it. Tag you're Jeffrey, I'm not.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaughan. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.
So I'm from Cleveland. Number 7. Let's do the Bengals and the Jets.
Hello again, everybody.
All right, much appreciated, Coach, as we welcome all of you to our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Today, we're set for a good AFC matchup between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. This is field a couple yards. And they'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
I'm not gonna do it, Tag.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll toss it for it, and this is going to be caught. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
He's going to float this one deep right side. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
And that's what he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Second and 10, Dalton once more. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble. Tremaine Johnson that time there to force the incompletion.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches have told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around it. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That's nice.
Got a man, it's lost, complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
It's corner time.
He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's first and 10. Now a first carry for Giovanni Bernard. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here.
We're calling
Whistles coming in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As the stoppage will come.
Huh?
With a little under a minute to go in this first half. Throwing on second down. And the catch made. It's Tyler Boyd. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Dalton, first and 10. Points the target and he has it over the middle. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far in the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable second and 1. From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Underneath, this is Bernard. And they'll bring it down at the 13-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. Now Dalton with a first and 10. And it's caught. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Tyler Boyd in the final seconds of the first half. And the Bengals take it right down and score on the opening drive.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. After the field goal now, it's Bullock to kick it away. Andre Roberts now to return it. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Likely time for one final snap as they start out first and 10.
Let's go! Green 39!
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
Leopard! Leopard!
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number one. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This fielded at the 2. And some good coverage there by the kick team as they'll bring him down at the 16-yard line. So New York set to take the field. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the areas and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
Back in his own 7. And now maybe they want some extra time to talk about this third and long play as we'll get a timeout. Two remaining. No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. But he's got a long one. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. It's a big play there for the Jets on third down. And even 40 yards. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. Taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. It's Jet football, but they trail here as we start the fourth quarter. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game you expect from him. He's been off the mark, really start to finish.
It makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation.
It's caught inside the 25. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 31 yards.
In a 2-minute drill, we all can talk about taking care of the football, but sometimes it's just a matter of who wants it more. How about him going up top on a 50-50 ball and taking it away for a big play?
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. A 1st down carry now for Browns. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. Sean Williams that time, in on the stop.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety, being able to hit people with the run and the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They're all over the field. If they threw it, or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed,
good job.
penetration as they stuck down behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, Charles, exciting to the very end. That's what we just saw in this game. Final play there, headed in the red zone, but anytime you're outside the 10, that's tough. Trying to draw the final play to get in, and they couldn't do it.
It certainly is. So what they were looking for was, extra time. Too bad it's not FIFA soccer, right? Where you get a little bit of extra, and you get a chance to throw up a couple more plays and maybe get closer and take that last shot into the end zone.
Let's try number 8. Let's do highlight. Bengals touchdown.
So that'll That'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. So long, everybody.
So long. Huh. Let's try to number 8. That's the Patriots and the 49ers. You suck. Your turn. On the wall. On the wall. No. On the wall. Wall. No. No.
Hey everybody, it's the coach, and this is Madden 19 on EA Sports.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the San Francisco 49ers and the New England Patriots. And it'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. They go play action here on first down. Oh, he's going to take a shot. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. You got to step on them. Now just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And Paul Johnson is right through. Oh, scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Brent, I think we can see early on they're making a concerted effort to get him the football. So to me, that means they like the matchup that they have. They feel like he's better.
Second quarter now. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. It's the 49ers in control of the football, and they've got it here with a first down. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And a complete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss up 40% of their throws somewhere in that neighborhood, similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection?
Throwing opening, and there he goes. The 30, 20, touchdown, 49ers. Pierre Garçon, an 80-yard touchdown. And the 49ers are able to strike quickly for 6. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they designed every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. I mean, that's the only way to put it in there, and that's what we got on that one. Nice catch, and even better run for big yardage.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Patriots gearing up to go now. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it.
And the Niners get there and bring him down. DeForest Buckner third. Breaking through to get him for a loss of 7.
Tremendous read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy access back to the quarterback. Never fought the play action fade.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Julian Edelman, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation, there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit. But over the second quarter, a lot of time to change things. Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
And this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half until you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Now the Georgia Southern man, this is James McKinnon. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half.
It's no good.
Was Matt Prater's record. This would top that by a yard. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Play action, Garoppolo. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. But pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite.
And they will score. It's a 49er touchdown. A big play there. Taking it in. And the 49ers add on to their lead. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 26. On play action, it's Brady. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball. Back now in Foxborough. It's Patriot football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter. Play action. Now Brady. He's going to let it fly. They got his man complete. The 20. 10. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. Brady and Edelman hook up for a big one. 68 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator is looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there. What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
He'll get it up the middle, and they'll get him down here about the 5-yard line. Calling a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal. And I know you with every carry, especially...
Good job!
Saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. So Charles are able to complete what so often seems to be elusive, a shutout in the NFL. And maybe what's fitting is they ended the game on the field, that defensive unit on the field. What an exclamation mark.
It probably felt like they could go another 60 minutes without anyone putting points on the board against them. That's the confidence you gain throughout when you're pitching a shutout. And they're going to leave the stadium feeling like they're all 10 feet tall.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. And with that, we say so long from Foxborough.
So long from Foxborough. Alright, got 2 more left. That's what happened to be. No.
By yourself. You're just cruising on the highway, man. Yeah, this got me thinking.
Let's do the Titans and the Seahawks.
Swerving through traffic, listening to traffic. My windows ain't tinted, so notice me. Four braids ain't keep fitting, notice me. I'm everywhere comfortable, but I'm still attentive. I'm young, for money will make you offended. I ain't flashy, I'm classy, but I ain't stupid either. Never show up to that's hungry and eager. My brothers keep I'm loyal, it's all in my demeanor. A true believer, I believe when they didn't believe her. That's why I don't let opinions affect me. I do what I want to do. If they do or they don't accept me, they expect me to give up. I almost did. Things work for moving faster. Slow motion, I was losing focus.
This is Madden 19. On the coast.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink
Yeah.
Seattle. Straight ahead, we've got a
2 more.
tap here.
Wait, 2 more?
It's the
Number
Tennessee
10.
Titans and the Seattle Seahawks. Fielded about a
Titans.
yard deep. And he'll wind up getting an extra couple yards here for his trouble as he'll bring this one out to the 27.
Do not. Ow. Ow. And that's how you really good to me.
Now a carry for the shifty Deion Lewis. About 3 here.
I gotta tickle your bell.
What's the old expression? 3 yards in a cloud of dust?
Ow.
Dust-covered pellets.
Stop.
No longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up.
Ow.
We've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Mariota. Now he's up and underneath to his running back to play. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First down, Titans gain of 12.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They've become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends.
Hurry up. I'm finished. 2.
With the former Volunteer Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Titans with a football here to begin quarter number 2.
Ow.
With a first down. From the gun, Mariota goes underneath for Henry.
Don't you dare.
They'll give him 8 on the play.
described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get down in the flat, and have a chance to make people miss an open field.
No buts.
Mariota to throw it. And he hits the running back. He's Lewis. Now on everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. As the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1.
Dad, I hate you. Dad.
First and 10. Here's Mariota. Steps away. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Now before the second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout.
This is your ass in this room.
Seconds to go in the first half. Now a second down throw for Mariota. And complete to Lewis over the middle. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense of just as you said, they want to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
8 yards there on a first down. Mariota going to bring him up first and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And that will be incomplete.
Gosh.
Left here on the clock. The intended receiver, Taywan Taylor. And that'll bring up second down.
This is your ass in this room. This is your I hate you.
And Suckup will put this one right through. So we've hit half due to time constraints. We move you forward in today's broadcast at the beginning of the third quarter. Now here's Suckup out to kick it away.
This is your
Let's feel it a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. They come out here with a 0 on the scoreboard. What was said in that locker room? That's what I want to know.
I would love to have been in there because we often have the feeling that there's a lot of shouting, screaming, but
This is your ass.
sometimes locker rooms are a lot more clinical than that. And in this case, are they upset that the plays weren't working because of execution? Or did they think that they were just bad plays to call? We'll find out pretty quickly here if they thought they had something going, but just need to do it a little bit better.
We'll find out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for first and 10. They go play action with Wilson.
Please stop the party. Oh no!
It would have been a great time for their first pick. Instead, it's second down.
Oh man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum. Big play, right in his hands. Unable to come down with it.
Sigh of relief, no doubt on offense, and that fell harmlessly to the ground. Wilson, he lets it fly for Lockett. That's caught inside the 20. They get to a gain of 38.
Now the tallest receiver on the field, they just shouted and admit that the little guy can't go downfield and make a big-time catch on a deep pass. Because sometimes they just out-scrap you for the football.
It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams. As we get set for the fourth quarter.
This year.
This is the Oklahoma State line. Chris Carson. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Partner, you got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now he pulls him over. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. He's able to rattle out 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 34.
On a second and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape in previous games that led them to believe believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on third down.
The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it 1st and goal.
Brandon, that tackle right there, that might have just saved the ball game.
They'll try to run with Carson. And this one will wind up with him losing.
Good job! You did it!
Yard line.
Last one, number 10.
Partner, still a head scratcher to me.
Good
how
job.
This one ended down.
Final!
I just thought, no matter the situation, you're in a spot
Yes,
where you
last
think that
number
you'll
10.
go to overtime. Why not do it?
Let's take a
The
picture.
analytics guys are going to continue
Pictures.
to get more and more traction in the league. We've talked
Good
about
job.
people now saying, I need a game management coach. Someone in the booth
Alright,
to
last-
take the emotion out of it. Did they lose track of where they were on the clock?
The
Did
Titans.
they lose track of where they were on the field? Was it makeable for their kicker? All those things come into play here.
Let's do highlight.
Get it done.
I got the first down. I got the first down. This is your turn.
So that'll do it for us, for Charles Davis and all our crew. I'm Brandon Gaunt. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. From Seattle, so long, everybody.
So long, everybody. Let's go. Last one. And number 10. This is your dad. I hate your dad. This is your. Close the door. This is your.
Hey.
Close the door.
Okay. Okay. I can do big day sumo. Pull like Uno. Strip like Uno. You back Uno.
Last one. Jaguars and the Bears. Cool. Stupid.
First opened way back in 1924, but renovated in 2002. There's a look inside venerable Soldier Field in Chicago. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Chicago Bears. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Dad, I hate Dad. I hate you. Dad, I hate you.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. Even with the nice move, can't go very far. Stop short of the 30. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
On the ground, this is T.J. Yeldon. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take down one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
It's quarter time.
Alongside the former defensive back Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaunt. It's Jaguar football as we begin quarter number 2, and they've got it here with a first down.
It's
From the gun,
quarter
it's Bortles. And Austin Seferian Jenkins hands it. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Bortles gives it Yeldon on the draw. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
timeout.
Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On second down, here's Bortles.
I got the fumble! Fumble loose.
Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not going to tip it. I'm going to dock my cap to it. Congratulations, big time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And he's going to pick up a 34 yards.
Well, Barton, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they put field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
I don't think this will even go. He doesn't even get there. Well short, and this will remain a scoreless game. Kick there. It wasn't an overly long attempt, but they never had a chance.
You almost wonder if he might have maybe got that one on the laces because it kind of knuckled on him a bit. And this one winds up in empty possession.
Here's Bortles to throw. And complete over the middle. Safarian Jenkins. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. As they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. On second down, here's Sheldon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. It was the linebacker Leonard Floyd on the stop. A final shot before half the Mariners. This is Sheldon on the dump off. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be run down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal, you don't always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, so.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch, and guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully,
He's got it. Complete.
Got the first down, Marsh.
Midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
We gotta get this game done.
Excellent pick up of 34 yards.
tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I did. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that leg. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not. It permeates its way through the entire team, and I can't wait to see what they do on the next down. But I hope that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. It's a big part of their offense.
As we've got the final
Come on, we gotta get this game done, Andre.
to start the fourth.
It's cheddar time.
Goal team out onto the field. This
It's
is
not
the
going to cheddar.
and this one will not
I missed.
off to the left anyway.
Damn.
No good. And still nothing on the score.
Gosh.
It remains a scoreless tie.
I missed the field goal.
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars.
I'm mine.
Offense is
That's my
second,
Jaguars.
first and 10.
Hey, look.
Back to throw, Bortles. And the catch made here by Marquise Lee. It's a touchdown as they broke it on tie here.
Gosh.
So
You
we
say.
have a score to report.
How many Jaguars have? They have.
I know, I just
Seven.
broadcasting 101.
What?
I cut in on my play-by-play.
I'm losing 0 points.
But think about it
0
this way.
points.
Marvin, our crack researcher, just handed us a note. We haven't had a scoreless tie in the NFL since 1943. 43.
History here in this one, partner. Points of the game come in the fourth quarter.
I don't think that either one of us saw this game unfolding this way. way when it all began.
No, absolutely not. But hey, now it's still just a one-score game, so don't go anywhere. A lot more to play for. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I know they got a lot of yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure it's enough time to continue to do that.
On first, they go right back to Howard. Brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves his sticks.
That's exactly what
Exactly why.
another game like that, they'll be right there in field goal range.
And the tension.
Field goal range? Who said a field goal? Good job! You did it. You got him a 10. I win. I lose.
However, we were treated to really a spectacular.
Good job.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They
Did
took
it.
it down to the last
Good
play,
job.
but still, we were wondering, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
Good job. Andre, stay. No. Let's do highlight. Oh, look at the ball. I got the first down. Oh.
That'll do it.
That'll do it for us.
Davis and all our hardworking crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.
So long from Soldier Field. Wait. Alright.